tribute to our Shannon colleagues, Senator Hearn and Senator Ward, and I suppose Minister Simon Coveney as well. A very difficult experience to travel to the Ukraine, but to bring back the real experiences there, to tell us what it's like on the ground. And again, that it helps our resolve, it helps us show how important peace is going to be. And I know that on Sunday, President Zelensky put out a video that was so strong, really strong, where, it's in black and white, and he's speaking with such heart. And he talks about the walls coming down of the buildings, and that these walls held photos. And on those photos were people who had fought in World War II. And those walls are just crumbling and falling apart. It was very powerful, and it just shows just how important that type of leadership and that soul that he has given to Ukraine, and there's just such pride, I think, in him as a leader. But again, that the importance of how it is for us as a country that is an observer now and with the United Nations, how we have to play our role as well. Leader, I'd like to just bring up a couple of things. I suppose just to acknowledge that we had our Agricultural and Rural Development Conference in Tullamore this weekend. It was fantastic because I suppose I had an opportunity to meet the principal of Mount Bellew Agricultural College, and Principal Dr. Edna Curley spoke about how getting a training in farming now is like a passport to the future for farming. So in other words, having a training in agriculture is your passport to actually developing a future. But how it's so important that we need to see all the alternative forms of income in agriculture. I think it's very true that what we saw over that day was how important it is that we as a group and how we develop our policies in Fine Gael are fighting for farmers across the country, be it dry stock or suckler, particularly how we're looking at supports coming in to aid those farmers that are going to be facing shortages when it comes to fodder shortages potentially later this year, and especially with the rising costs of fertiliser. The silage measures that have been brought in, over 55 million, that's going to be crucial to offer support to farmers up to €1,000, and it's going to be so needed when times are tough, especially when we know that farmers aren't going to be potentially making a second cut. So just to say, Gurmila Malgat, and again, thank you to our colleagues. Cheers.